Hello, 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 and welcome to a brand new episode of the Being Podcast, a safe space that I've created for us to come together and share with one another different ways that we may need to tweak in how we think when it comes to what we believe, how we engage, how we're innovative, how we navigate, and how we gain across every area of our lives. I am your host, Jada, and I am super excited as always to be here with you. So today, as I am actually filming this for you all, is Monday. And when I tell you that this Monday has definitely supported what I wanted to discuss this week, it's been absolutely insane. So I want to talk about mindset this week, right? And so as I'm easing into this, not going to take up a whole lot of time this week because like if you are like a lot of my friends who are on fall break right now, you may not even be home listening. So hopefully you'll still tune in, but if not, then you can catch it later and it still won't take up much of your time. So this week is fall break. If you are older like me, you know that we did not have such thing. But it is a whole thing. So for me, my babies are still going to daycare. They are going to childcare, my oldest. And so I'm trying to just still maintain routine. I'm still trying to just stay the course. I oftentimes am doing the very things that I challenge you all to do, because I would never be the one that's like, do as I say, not as I do. So with that, I am just trying to really tune into who I am, what makes me me, make sure that I make time to, refuel, refill, recharge, all of the things, make sure to reflect on what I've made it through, even this morning, so far today. And knowing that, yes, we are human and we are going to have moments where it's hard to just keep going, right? You have those moments where you're just like, I'm doing all the things and I'm not seeing the return on my investment of my time and my energy, my emotions, my finances, all of the things. You are not alone. If you are watching me on my YouTube channel or if you are just listening to me, just know that you are not alone. So before I go even further into this episode really quick, I just wanted to also say that in those celebrations, in those being resilient, in those moments of just like, wow, I am really living what I prayed for. I've been blessed with what I desired. One of those blessings for me is the celebration of my baby girl. Her birthday will be, as you're listening to this, on Wednesday. Her birthday, October the 4th. And it's a special day because not only is it her birthday, I had a scheduled C-section and had her on my maternal grandfather's birthday. So it is a celebratory day. Even though it's Monday, I am preparing for that as you're listening to this today. Hopefully that is not confusing you. Just know that I make time to be here regardless of when that time is. But today it happens to be in the same week. But I'm celebrating her. I'm celebrating these 7 years of being able to live out a dream that I had, right? Because that touches on also knowing who I am at my core, knowing what I wanted, being grateful for what I've been able to receive. And then still recognizing and giving myself grace for when those blessings are challenging at times, right? We are all in this together. And I will say, I can feel myself feeling a little bit all over the place. So it may sound like that to you, but I am always going to be real and transparent and honest. And what you see is what you get. What you hear is what you get. And I feel that I am relatable in that. So here we are in this week. So I really want to just take a few more minutes. We are already into this bad boy, about 4.5 minutes. So I wanted to just touch on mindset because it took me a while to get there to, I guess, fully understand like our mindset basically impacts everything, right? Like I still need to go work out today, which means that even though I may not want to, even though my body is a little sore because we were building dressers for the babies this weekend, like I know that my body is going to go where my mind tells it to go. But in saying that, my mind, a part of my mind is like, girl, it's already in the afternoon. You got to go get your babies. You didn't put on a little bit of makeup in case the people are seeing you. So yeah, why don't we just wait and do that tomorrow? And I am here to just share with you. That is a real thought that I'm having right now. And I'm like, no, you are going to honor yourself, Jada. You are going to honor your commitments. You are going to make and take the time for yourself, because it's going to make you a better mom. When you go get your girls, it's going to make you a better wife, because you're going to have energy and have the things to be a helpmeet. And it's going to help me as a friend to be like, girl, I know it's hard because I have all of this, like you have all of this, and we still can make time for us. So I'm doing it for a lot of reasons, and then for my own mental clarity and to move my body and to give it what it needs, right? So that's just an example of how, yeah, there's a part of my mind that's like, shut it down. But the other part has to be bigger than that and say, you know what? These are the reasons why you're doing and honoring yourself and honoring your word. So our mindset, everything starts there. What are you believing? What are you telling yourself? What are you hearing from other people, right? Whether it's friends, family, TV, social media, what are you hearing? What are you watching that is trying to seep in and then form different ideas, different decisions that may conflict with what you know to be true and who you are and who you want to be? And then how are you reconciling that? Are you able to have the mental strength to say, okay, that's cool, I see it, but I'm going to use it and turn it for my good? Because that is my challenge for you today. I don't always get it right. So don't look at me or hear me and be like, okay, well, Jada's telling us this, and so she's all perfect. And no, she is not. I am not. But I am here in this flesh every day trying to do 1% better. And sometimes, y'all, that 1% means not doing anything. I can sit up here. If you're watching me, I have a things to do list, and I work on these every day. I fill it out every day, even on the weekend. There's a place for me to write out all the things that I need to get after. Because if I don't write it down, a lot of times it's not going to happen. Right? So find the routine and find the structure that works for you. But sometimes I can have all of this and I can say, you know what? I'm going to honor myself and take a step back. I'm going to honor myself and take a beat and take a breath. And I'm going to refill and refuel and recharge by resting, by letting my mind relax, by letting my body just stretch out, or meditate, or journal, or get in a hot bath by myself. Right? Like sometimes that is what I need. And I may not schedule those things, although sometimes I do. Like my husband was just like, well, if I can go get massages and facials, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to argue with you for what I decide to do that's going to make me feel better, that's going to, get me where I need to be to continue on in the way that I want to carry myself. I'm not going to argue with you over that. I hear what you're saying and I understand it, but I am deciding, again, hearing it and then acknowledging it even, and then saying, cool. And then doing what's going to be best for me. Not out of defiance, not out of rebellion, not out of any of that, but just honoring myself. And see, ladies, like once we do that, because I think a lot of us have a hard time with, okay, I can't buy anything for myself, or I can't, spend time on myself because people are going to say something or think something. And then we go down that road and then we're resentful. And what I'm saying is change your mindset, change your mind, change your life, right? Because if we're able to say, you know what, I am just operating in my true authentic self. I am operating from the place that I know I'm giving my best, giving my all. I'm working from a place of being truthful. I don't have to be nasty or hurtful or condescending or anything like that. But I'm just telling you and sharing with you, whoever that you is, because this is going to make me whole. This is going to make me better. Excuse me, so that I can show it better for you, whoever else needs me, then do that. But that starts up here between your ears. It starts there, and then it's in your heart. Like, are you honoring your heart? Are you honoring your decisions? Are you honoring your desires? And then operating from there. And that is my challenge to you. That is my challenge to myself. My mindset is to eat better and to work out and to make sure that I am where my feet are, meaning I am being present as much as possible where I am, because that is going to be the best for all that I want to serve. So that is my challenge for you, dear listener, dear watcher, to just really take a moment and think about what feels good for you. Okay. Think about those things that allow you to show up the way that you want to show up, that allow for you to get the energy how you want to get the energy, the things that, pump you up so that you keep going, the things that, when you hear it, you're like, that's not in alignment with who I am and what I am. And so I'm going to discard that, because our bodies are going to go where our minds tell it to go, and our thoughts drive so much. So let's do our best to ensure that we are feeding ourselves good things. And when the bad things come up, bad, I say, putting in quotes, when the bad, the negative, the not so great things come your way. Like, I don't know why I'm in the season of hearing of people passing away. And maybe it's something I need to really sit and evaluate. Like, maybe I need to talk more from that, right? Having lost my parents, having lost, my aunt, and losing people. And maybe that's something I need to think about, but it doesn't have to drive me completely to doing things that don't feel good for me. But instead, I'm going to use that and say, okay, what is it I need to take from that, gain from that, and then help somebody else? And I challenge you to do the same thing. Like, just take a moment and think about the things that are going on around you. What can you use? What stories can you use? What tests can you use to make testimonies and to share stories and to uplift somebody else, including yourself? And it starts there, so that you can continue to do the things that you really, truly want to do. Going back to the beginning of where are you? Who are you? What's truly at the core of Jada, of Elizabeth, of Candace, of Louisa, of all of my Awilda, all of my friends that are so important to me, and I'm just naming them. So if that's one of your names, then great. If it's not, insert your name. Because when we show up as our best, when we show up with the right mindset, when we take the things that we're not necessarily wishing in our lives, but turning it around for good, to share it with somebody else, to help them get across that bridge. That is my challenge to you. Not to neglect it, not to sweep it under the rug, but to just change our mindsets, because everything will flow from there. And that's what I wanted to share. Hopefully I didn't confuse you with all the days and the times and all the things. Just know that I am here for you always. I am here every week. Every Wednesday you can catch me. And thank you for continuing to pour into me, to keep me uplifted, to help me make sure that my mindset is on track, because it helps me to show up for you. And I love doing that. And if you need anything, if you need a life coach, I'm here. If you need a cheerleader, I'm here. If you need someone to just help you kind of maybe create that roadmap so that you can get to your milestones to reach your goal, I'm here. If you need someone who understands a plethora of things, I am here. And there's so much more. I've really been working on this season, getting after who we are, but I'm going to hit on some other topics that I just want to share that I've lived through. So coming up, I'm gonna be talking about, IVF. I'm going to be talking about infertility along with that. I'm going to be talking about being an older mama. I'm going to be talking about grief when we're losing our mamas and our daddies. I'm just going to be sharing all of this because connection is so important to me. But know right now that we have to get our mindsets together. And as the good book says, we have to renew our minds every day. And so I wanted to just take a quick moment and talk about that, share that, get you to start thinking about it, challenge you to just look around, take stock, and get your mind right so that you can help yourself and help somebody else. All right. I love y'all for listening. I love you for being here. I love you for pouring into me. And I just love the support. So thank you. And we will be back next week. Bye.